I'm Sky Crystal. I'm culturally confused and creatively liberated, and today I thought I would take you on a tour of my anthurium collection. I have recently become very obsessed with anthuriums. They're so stunning, they're beautiful, and incredibly rewarding as plants go. I would highly recommend them. I got my first anthurium over a year ago, and it took over a year for it to produce a leaf. Longest wait ever. It actually produced 2 flowers in that time, and then I cut them off. I didn't know that you could propagate them via seed and do it that way, so one day I will experiment with that, but until then, let's go through my collection. Also wanted to just add, I live in a northwest-northeast frontage with one large bay window. I use grow lights to supplement the light to make sure that all my plants are taken care of appropriately. I use a selection of grow lights and just kind of learning as I go along, so if you have any recommendations, please let me know. But yeah, let's get into it, shall we? So this was my first anthurium, Anthurium clarinervium. It's pushing out a gorgeous little new leaf. These leaves, the way they grow is fascinating because they start off tiny and then just get massive. And I would highly recommend it if you're interested in leaf growth. As an artist, I'm fascinated on how they grow and expand. I would love to do a series of anthuriums one day, so hopefully I will do that. But yeah, it seems to be pretty easy. I've recently repotted it a while ago. It seems super happy in its soil. I use Soil Ninja Anthurium and Orchid soil mix for it, and it seems to be growing super well for me. I say that because I haven't unalived it yet, and I recently took off the last 2 leaves because they were yellowing, so I wanted it to produce a new leaf, which it has done, so I'm proud of myself for doing that. And I absolutely love these plants, so I would highly recommend it. You can get these for reasonable prices. I think I paid around £25 for this one, so yeah, check it out. If you find one, get one, because they are fascinating plants. Then on to the next one. This is my Anthurium magnificum. It has just pushed out this new leaf that is unfurling. Well, not unfurling, but kind of growing out. It started off really small. It's been growing in a little bit strangely, but that's okay. I've repotted it recently. This one doesn't have any drainage holes really, but it's doing quite well. I fertilise when I remember. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the greatest at fertilising my plants. This is probably why I have issues with it, and the reason for that is because I didn't know what I was doing with fertiliser and over-fertilised and gave some of my plants root rot, which we are still recovering from, folks. It's not great, but it's okay, because you know when you can't tell if it's sphagnum moss or a bug? That was one of those moments. This is an Anthurium magnificum, and I absolutely love it. It's a little bit worse for wear. This was the newest leaf and I left it on. I took off the older leaf, but it's since given me this one, so I'm looking forward to seeing how this one grows. I love how the colouring comes out brown almost, and like a brownish red, and then it turns to this beautiful decadent green colour. It's absolutely stunning with the silvery veins. Again, highly recommend. I love these plants. On to the next one. This is one of my fastest growing anthuriums. It's an Anthurium crystallinum, and it's stunning. I love the dark green and the silvery green veins. It's pushed out a new leaf. I'm super excited to see this one grow. It's actually outgrowing the shelf behind me, so I'm not sure what I'm going to have to do with this plant. Might have to move it over there, but that's fine. We'll see how this leaf grows. It's stunning. It's a super easy plant to look after. I've since repotted it. You can see that it's going to need another repot soon because all the roots have kind of... I love clear pots, guys. I highly recommend clear pots for plants because you can check if it's root bound. You can check if it's water, if there's too much water in it. I don't have any drainage in this because I recycle ice drink cups, but this is doing super well, and I water the top, and then when it reaches the bottom, that's enough for it. But yeah, then we'll go on to the next one. Then I have my other Anthurium, forgive me for getting this name wrong, Balaunum. Anthurium balaunum It's super cute. It's again in no drainage because I just water the top of it and then let it sink to the bottom, and it's just a smidge. I would highly recommend getting used to how much water each plant gets and making sure that it grows, because these have been growing like wildfire for me. I'm so impressed with how quickly anthuriums grow. I can't wait for this one to push out its new leaf and then also get a little bit bigger. I'm tempted to propagate it because it seems pretty easy to propagate taking stem cuttings, but I want to leave this one for a little bit longer so it gets a little bit bigger and then see how it grows. So this is my Anthurium Genmanii, which needs a repot soon because I potted this up when I first got it and the roots are growing out the bottom. So I'm going to repot this one once I get some more soil. I've had to repot this once since I've had it, and I've had it less than 6 months. It's pushed out a new leaf, and it's fascinating how it grows because it comes out bright, like a dark, deep, almost bright red, and then it changes over time. Once the leaf hardens, it changes to this beautiful green colour. So it's a really super easy one. This kind of started everything for me. I got the Clarinervium and then I ended up getting this one, and here we are with the collection. So once you get one, you have to get another one, you know. But yeah, on to the next one. So this is my Anthurium crystallinum Silver Blush. It's just pushed out this new leaf. It's super adorable. I highly recommend this one if you wanted to start with an Anthurium. They're pretty much super cheap. They're less than £15 most of the time, and they grow super quickly. I had 4 leaves on it, and it's pushed out these 3 leaves since I've had it, and it's been about 2 months maybe. So yeah, highly recommend these for fast growers. I keep mine in this IKEA greenhouse Akbar cabinet, and it does the trick for me. I've got one grow light. I need to add another grow light in soon, but I've just been buying plants instead of plant related things because I saw the plants that I wanted and I wanted them. It's great. I don't know if I'm financially irresponsible or just look at these as savings and investments. I'm going to go with savings and investments because they literally grow and you can propagate them. Don't come at me. Yeah, I love Anthuriums. These are great. They're super great. I've repotted this one since. I'm going to need to repot it again once it pushes out some roots from the bottom, and then I'll size it up. But until it's a little bit bigger, I'm not going to touch it. It just seems to be happy growing and producing leaves every other month. So I'm happy. And then I have my Anthurium gracile, which was given to me by my friend. It's actually producing berries at the moment, so that's really exciting. And so I'm really excited about that. I'm going to plant them and see if they grow. I'm not sure how it did it or why it did it or if it's going to work, but we'll try it. It's an experiment, and these are super fun to experiment with. This one hasn't given me much growth apart from these 2 leaves and the berries, so I'm just going to give it some time to just to do its thing. And I keep it in my mini greenhouse cabinet, the Fabricor IKEA cabinet, and I basically keep it at a higher humidity at the moment than the rest of the ones in the flat. So apart from the ones in this greenhouse cabinet, because there's enough plants in there to keep it, to make it a little bit more humid than generally in the room, but they prefer a higher humidity, but they can adapt to normal room humidity. So minimum 60% humidity to 80% humidity. Anything more than that I think might be a little bit too much, or it might work. I'm not entirely sure. So it's, again, I'm still learning this whole process of plants and keeping them alive and unaliving them and learning about them. So it's a fun process. Yeah, and then I've got this little baby, my Anthurium veitchii. Can't even express to you how excited I am about having this one in my collection. I'm going to look after you so well, and you're going to grow so long. So long. I need to learn a lot. But I repotted it into Soil Ninja Anthurium and Orchid Mix as soon as I got it, and I'm going to let it acclimate to its new environment. It sits just over here under the grow light here, and I'm hoping that it's the appropriate conditions for it to flourish. And then moving on to the last but not least, dun, 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 my Anthurium Warraquenum. This beauty I have wanted for such a long time, I can't even express to you. I actually got a baby one, then propagated, and then sold it. I've still got one baby that's in my prop box, but I needed to have the big one. So plants.com kind of had a sale going. It was the plant of the month, and they reduced the price a considerable amount. It arrived damaged, and then they gave me a little bit of a refund. So I'm really happy with that. Yeah, this Warraquenum is basically in the same position as the Anthurium veitchii. I want it to flourish, so I'm going to be researching and looking into how to look after them properly. This one needed a repot quite drastically, and it's a little bit loose at the roots. As you can tell, it's grown quite a chunk, which kind of makes it a little bit unstable. But look at that leaf. Look at it. Isn't it stunning? I'm so excited to have this in my collection, and I would love to add some more to my collection. So there's a few in my wish list, and I'm looking forward to getting those too, but I want to look after these ones first. I'm going to write some blog posts on care guides and stuff like that, and also make some videos soon, so I'll let you know once I've posted all of those. But yeah, so thank you very much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for being here. Take care. Bye!